Today we are going to see energy bands in solids. So in solids, each atom will consist of electrons. There are many shells around the nucleus of a solid atom. There are innermost shell and outermost shell. Outermost shells are called valence shells. The valence shell will contain electrons, and these electrons will possess energy. So if there are 4 electrons in the valence shell of a particular atom, each 4 electron will possess a particular amount of energy. But when we consider a crystal as a whole, a crystal will contain large number of such atoms. So what happens? These valence electrons will interact each other. They may form covalent bonds. So what happens is each and every electron will have a slightly different energy. If an atom is existing independently, each valence electron will have a discrete energy. But when we consider a crystal, due to the interaction, what happens is the energy of the electrons will slightly change. This energy we can represent by levels, energy levels. But in a solid, when we consider, there will be many energy levels which are very close to each other for each electron. So we cannot represent the energy by a single level. We may have to draw many such levels. Each levels will together is known as energy band. So in solids, there are two types of energy bands. One is the valence band and other one is conduction band. Valence band means it is the various energy levels possessed by electrons which are present in the valence shell. Sometimes if we give some energy, if we slightly heat a particular solid, a few electrons may eject from the valence orbit. So that electron may be free and that electron can move within the lattice of the crystal. It is not bound to the valence shell. Such electrons are called conduction electrons. So there are two types of electrons, valence electrons and conduction electrons. Valence electrons are bound within the valence orbit and conduction electrons are moving on the lattice surface. They can make conduction possible. If you apply an electric field, these electrons can move in a particular direction. In the direction of the electric field, the electrons can move. Okay, so we will see there are two types of energy bands. One energy band is called valence band. What is an energy band? Energy band is a combination of energy levels. So when we draw energy levels will together make a group called energy band. So such two types of bands are existing in solids. One band is called conduction band, other one is called valence band. Valence band is the lowermost energy band and conduction band is the uppermost energy band. Means if you provide energy, then valence electrons may be shifted to the conduction band. They need a sufficient amount of energy. Then only the electrons will become free and they can move within the lattice of the crystal. Okay. Now I will draw the energy levels. We can represent like this. This is the energy axis. You can say energy increase in the upward direction. Now I am drawing a few levels here. These are the energy levels. Very closely spaced energy levels I can draw. So energy values are slightly different, but there are group of energy levels, large number of energy levels. This is a lowermost energy level, or we can say it's a band. Each level will group together to form a band. This band is called a valence band. So the lowermost energy band is called a valence band. Then the uppermost energy band is there. So these are the energy levels of the electrons which are able to make conduction. These energy levels corresponds to those electrons which are moving in the lattice, which are not bound to the valence shell. They are very free. These levels are called conduction levels, or we can say the band is called a conduction band. Conduction band. So there are two types of energy bands in solids, valence band and a conduction band. Okay. So valence band will be occupied with a large number of electrons in the normal state. Conduction band will be having a few number of electrons in a solid. So valence band is the energy levels, a group of energy levels which are occupied by the electrons, and conduction band represent the group of energy levels as that of conduction electrons. What are conduction electrons? Electrons which are very free to move within the lattice of a crystal is called conduction electrons. And the energy levels of conduction electrons will form conduction band. Energy levels of valence electrons will form valence band. Now you can see difference here. There is a difference between, there's some distance between valence band and conduction band. This distance, or we can say it's a gap. This gap is called, it is known as, we can represent it by Eg. It is called energy gap, or we can say it is called forbidden energy gap, band gap. It is known as band gap, or it is known as forbidden energy gap. Forbidden energy gap. Energy gap. Otherwise, it is known as band gap. Band gap. So this is the energy, corresponding energy between conduction band and valence band. Okay. If you supply large energy to the electrons in valence band, these electrons will be free out of the atom. So they are existing in the valence shell. From the shell, they can move out after absorbing energy. Then they are able to make conduction. Those electrons will be represented in the conduction band. The electrons which are bound within the valence shell are represented in the valence band. Okay, these are the energy levels. Energy of each electron. Each electron will have different energy. That's why we are drawing many horizontal lines. These lines together will form a band. This is valence band and this is conduction band. Now, based on this conduction and valence band, we can classify souls into three categories. One is conductors, second one is insulators, and third one is semiconductor. So based on the energy band diagram, we can classify solids into insulators, conductors, and semiconductors. First we will see insulator. So insulators. For insulators, this is the energy axis. The upward direction energy increases. First I will draw the valence band. This is a band. This contains large number of discrete energy levels like this. Very closely spaced energy levels. Then we will draw the conduction band. This is a conduction. This is valence band and this is conduction band. So here also we can draw many energy levels. Conduction band. Okay. So for insulators in the normal state, the valence band will be almost fully occupied and this will be almost empty at normal temperature. Even though we supply energy, even though you heat as an insulator, we cannot find any electron in the conduction band. Means it is not possible to make an insulator conducting even if we supply energy, because the energy difference, the energy gap having a value, this is energy gap, it is represented by Eg. It has got a value more than 3 electron volt. So even if you give energy more than 3 electron volt, there are many electrons. So we cannot send any of the electrons to the conduction band. This is the situation with insulators. Next we will see semiconductors. What are semiconductors? Semiconductors are solids which are having conductivity in between that of an insulator and a good conductor. So for semiconductors also we can draw the energy band diagram. Now here you can see the valence band. This is a valence band. The energy levels of valence electrons represented in the valence band. These are the energy levels which I am drawing. These are closely spaced energy levels. We can call it valence band. Then conduction band will be not far away. This will be the conduction band. These are the energy levels of conduction electrons. Okay, this is conduction band, and here also we will have a gap between conduction band and valence band. It is Eg represented by band gap. It is less than 3E. That's the specialty. Means if you provide sufficient energy, if you heat such a semiconductor material, what happens is from the atoms, from the valence shell, actually there are covalent bonds. Valence shell electrons are engaged in covalent bond formation. The covalent bond can be broken and a few electrons can move to conduction band. So I am drawing a few electrons here. These are a few electrons. I will draw a few electrons in the valence band. In normal state, the valence band will be fully occupied, normal temperature. Valence band is fully occupied and this will be empty. But when you heat such a semiconductor, what happens is a few bonds will be broken and a few electrons will shift to the conduction band. So when you increase the temperature, what happens is there will be a few electrons in the conduction band. You can see a few electrons. Then a few electrons are shifted from here to this region. So in those spaces where actually occupied by the electrons, here we can see two vacancies like this. There are two vacancies. These vacancies are called holes. These are the vacancies. The vacancies will remain in the valence band because two electrons from the valence band have moved to the conduction band. The vacancies will remain here. These vacancies are called holes. Holes are having an equivalent positive charge because they have lost electrons. Okay, this is the situation with the semiconductors. Now we will see the energy band diagram of conductors. Here also we can draw the energy band diagram. Then here the specialty is that the valence band, the normal state, and the conduction band, they overlap. This is overlapping region. Means this represents the valence band and here it represents the conduction band. So these are the energy levels in the conduction band and these are the energy levels in valence band. Means in the normal temperature we can find a large number of electrons in the conduction band. So this is a region. Normal temperature there will be large number of electrons in the conduction band. Means a conductor will have a large number of free electrons which are helping the conduction. Okay, so normal temperature there will be a valence band partially filled, conduction band also partially filled. Okay, here what happens in normal temperature, valence band is fully occupied, conduction band is almost vacant. What happens when we heat a semiconductor? A few electrons will be transferred to the conduction band, so we can find a few electrons in the conduction band when we increase the temperature. For insulators, the valence band is fully occupied even at a higher temperature and conduction band is fully vacant. This will be vacant and this will be fully occupied. This will be fully occupied, this will be vacant during lower temperatures. At higher temperatures, there will be a partial filling of electrons in the conduction band. Here we can find electrons in conduction band as well as valence band in normal temperature. So these three diagrams are called energy bands. We are representing energy levels of electrons. These energy levels are very closely spaced, so we feel as though the lines are closely spaced. It will look like a band. That's why we are calling energy bands. There are two energy bands called valence band and conduction band. The space between these two bands is called a forbidden energy gap, or we can say band gap energy. Now the conduction band are the levels having high energy and valence band contain levels having lower energy. Okay, thank you.